Hello, welcome back to Guided Reading with Miss Oliver. Super excited to have you here as always, and I can't wait to get started on our lesson. Before we do, let's make sure we have all of our things in place. The first thing we're going to take out are the two worksheets that we're going to work with for this lesson. The first one is titled Find Adjectives. You should see 5 questions with some boxes underneath. The second one is titled Find Adjectives as well, with about 6 sentences on the worksheet. We're going to take out the book, Take a Bite, the same book we talked about in our last video, a pencil to write with, and most importantly, you want to make sure you're in a quiet and calm space so you can focus and you can grow your brains. If you need to pause the video right here to get all your things in order, please do so. If not, we can move on. So what exactly are we going to do in this video? We're going to go over our same 10 sight words that we talked about in our last video. We're going to review adjectives because we learned about it in our last lesson. And then we're going to end it with reading our book, Take a Bite, and answering some questions in the end. Jumping right into our sight word review. Repeating after Miss Oliver. Man, for, have, that, but, yes, able, going, with, don't. One more time. Man, for, have, that, but, yes, able, going, with, don't. Now you're going to pause the video right here and you're going to go through your 10 sight words on your own. Pause. Bringing it back in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. How many did you get right? Ooh, awesome job. 2 thumbs up for you. Jumping right into our review on adjectives. So in our last video, in our last lesson, we learned that adjectives are what? What are adjectives? That's right. An adjective is a word that describes a noun. And what does it describe? That's right. It describes what something looks like, what it feels like to touch, how it tastes, smell. It describes how it looks. So adjectives are things that describe how something feels, if it's hot or if it's sticky. It describes the colors, red, green, blue, or orange, or any other color. It describes how something looks, whether it's beautiful or whether it's old or whether it's new. It describes the size, whether it's small or long or tall or thin or fat or big. It describes the size, the color, how something looks, how something feels. So all of these are adjectives. So now since we reviewed what adjectives were, we're going to jump right into our independent practice time. So this is where you're going to take out your 2 worksheets titled Find Adjectives and your pencil to write with. I'll give you 5 seconds to do so. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So after we put our first and last name at the top of our worksheet, we can jump right in. So the first worksheet is titled Find Adjectives. The direction says read each sentence and tick the correct adjective. So you're going to put a check on the box of the correct adjective. Miss Oliver is going to do the first one. Number 1 says, I am a beautiful girl. I'm going to look at all of these words and I'm going to try to pick out which word in that sentence is the adjective. So I know the word I is not an adjective because it does not describe how something looks, how something tastes, how something feels. Girl is not an adjective because it does not describe how something looks, how something feels, how something tastes. But the word beautiful, it describes how something looks. So I know the word beautiful must be the adjective. So I'm going to check the box beautiful. And then I'm going to go to the second one. So after you complete this worksheet, you'll move on to our second one. This worksheet is also titled Find Adjective, and the directions say, read each sentence and circle the adjective. So you're going to read the sentence and you're going to pick out the adjective in this sentence and then you're going to circle it. Mrs. Oliver is going to do the first one as well. Number 1 says, Dolly fixed the broken bicycle. Which word is an adjective? I know it's not Dolly because Dolly is a name and it does not describe how something looks, how something tastes, how something feels. Fixed is not an adjective because it does not describe anything. What about the word bicycle? Does that describe how something looks, how something tastes, how something feels? Mm-mm. What about broken? Broken describes how something looks. It's describing the bike that it's broken. So broken must be the adjective in this sentence. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to circle it. I'm going to do the same thing for the rest of these sentences. And guess what? It could be more than one adjective in the sentence. So make sure you read the sentence very well. So I'm going to give you about 8 minutes to complete this worksheet. So go ahead and pause your video right here to get started. Bringing it back in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So let's go ahead and push our worksheets and our pencils to the side, and let's take out our book, Take a Bite. While you're taking out your book, Mrs. Oliver is going to do the same thing. Take a bite. So in our last video, we talked about our words to know before reading, and we also predicted what we thought this book was going to be about. You also had a chance to read the book as well. So now today we're going to read the book together, and then we're going to answer some questions in the end. So since you already read it, I'll let you lead and I'll follow. So you're going to read first, and then I'll read after you. So let's go ahead and get our reading fingers ready, because we know that all good readers point to each word they read. So starting with our title, your turn. My turn. Take a bite. Your turn. My turn. Manny hated all the food on his plate. Your turn. My turn. Take a bite, his parents said. Your turn. My turn. Manny took one bite of chicken. Your turn. My turn. Take a bite, his parents said. Your turn. My turn. Manny took one bite of peas. Your turn. My turn. Take a bite, his parents said. Your turn. My turn. Manny took one bite of salad. Your turn. My turn. The family had cake for dessert. Manny got one bite. The end. Ooh. So it seems like what you predicted was right. This story was about a little boy who did not want to eat his food, so his parents kept telling him, take a bite. Awesome guess. So now we're going to answer some questions about what we just read. Our first question says, what is the problem in this story? Think about it. What is the problem in this story? 10 seconds to think about your answer. What is the problem in this story? That's right. The problem in this story is Manny did not want to eat his dinner. So his parents had to keep telling him, take a bite. Awesome job. The second question says, what happens when Manny's parents tell him to take a bite of his food? What happens when Manny's parents tell him to take a bite of his food? Think. 10 seconds to think about your answer. What happens when Manny's parents tell him to take a bite of his food? That's right. Whenever they tell him to take a bite of his food, he just takes one bite. Next question says, what did Manny take a bite of first? What did Manny take a bite of first? 10 seconds to think about your answer. What did Manny take a bite of first? That's right. He first took a bite of his chicken. I see that you went back in the book to get this answer, and I'm so proud of you. 2 thumbs up for you. Manny took a bite of his chicken first. The next question says, why did Manny only get one bite of dessert? Why did Manny only get one bite of dessert? 10 seconds to think about your answer. So why does Manny only get one bite of dessert? That's right. Manny probably only gets one bite of dessert because he only took one bite of his other food. He only took one bite of peas. He only took one bite of his salad. He only took one bite of his chicken. So maybe his parents thought you only deserve one bite of your dessert. That's an excellent answer. Next question and our last question says, how do you think Manny feels when he only gets one bite of dessert? How do you think Manny feels when he only gets one bite of dessert? 10 seconds to think about your answer. How do you think Manny feels when he only gets one bite of dessert? That's right. Manny probably feels sad. And what makes you think that he feels sad? What in the story lets you know or makes you think that he feels sad? That's right, because his face. If we look at his face, he looks kind of sad that he only got one bite of dessert. And if we look around, everyone else got big old chunks of dessert. So that probably makes him feel kind of sad. Well, you did excellent as always, and that is the end of our lesson. I can't wait to see you again next time, and you enjoy the rest of your day. So, bye.